Daniel Goleman, in his New York Times bestseller, Focus, explains how different types of focus can help transform how we learn. And today, we'll apply that wisdom to language learning. G'day mates, my name's Matthew, and I'm here to help you learn languages faster, smarter, and more effectively on your own. Whether you're learning French, Spanish, English, Mandarin, or any other language, one thing is certain: focus is the key to making progress. But did you know that focus isn't just about concentrating harder? Stick with me and I'll show you how the right kind of focus can turbocharge your language learning journey. And it doesn't matter what language you're learning. Why focus matters in language learning. We all know that focus is important, but why does it matter so much when it comes to learning languages? Well, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried to have a study session to learn your favorite language, but then you find out 30 minutes later that you've totally wasted your time and you haven't been productive? Well, that's what can happen when your focus isn't sharp. One key reason why focus is so important is because language learning requires different kinds of attention. At any given time when you're learning languages, you could be focusing on the meaning of what you're saying or what the other person is speaking. You could focus on the vocabulary, the pronunciation or intonation, or the grammar points. There are so many things to focus on, but you need clear, focused attention so that you can put your mind on what matters most for you. Focus also matters in language learning because distractions can kill your progress. And there are so many different kinds of distractions all around us, from the external distractions of background noise and notifications to internal distractions of our worries and our stress and even boredom. When you have these sorts of distractions, they can take you away from achieving your goals for language learning. Well, the good news is focus isn't just something that you're magically born with. It's something that you can improve and develop, and I'll show you how. The 3 types of focus you need to master. So focus isn't just one thing. There are actually 3 types of focus: inner, other, and outer focus. So let's break those 3 down. Inner focus, tuning into yourself. Inner focus is all about paying attention to your thoughts, your feelings, and goals. When it comes to language learning, this means that you can understand what motivates you, how you feel when you study, and how well you're processing the language learning materials. One key way to use your inner focus for language learning is to do a regular motivation check. Do you know why you're learning your language? Asking yourself this is a great way to use your inner focus to connect to your why. And when you do this, this helps to motivate you and keep you going during those tough times. Inner focus is also about self-awareness of your study habits. Do you tend to study while you're actually really tired? And does your mind wander while you're supposed to actually concentrate? You can also use your inner focus to track your progress. You can keep a log or journal of your language learning journey, and that will help you see your progress and your growth, which can help boost your confidence. And one final quick tip to improve your inner focus is to always set a clear goal before every study session. Even if it's just a 15-minute session, be clear on what you want to achieve during that time. Whether it's to study 15 new verbs in French or to spend 15 minutes watching your favorite English TV show. When you have a clear goal and then you achieve it, this helps you keep focused and keeps the momentum going for you. Other focus, connecting with others. The second type of focus is called other focus, which is all about connecting with other people. Now, language is all about communication, so really, language learning is supposed to be a two-way interaction. And therefore, other focus is critical so that you can understand how a language is used in real-life situations. One of the key ways that you can use other focus to connect with people is to use active listening and empathy. Whenever you're in dialogue with another person, are you truly trying to understand them? Or are you just desperately waiting for your turn to speak? When you use active listening and empathy, you can pick up on nonverbal cues, emotional tone, and conversational patterns, which are truly important for language learning. When you prioritize real-life experiences over textbooks or artificial types of language learning, then that's another way for you to hone in on your other focus. While doing grammar exercises can be useful, it can be more motivating and interesting when you actually speak with another native speaker or another learner. Be sure to also engage in real-life experiences, such as going to the country where the people there speak your target language or immersing yourself in real native content. Another way that you can improve your other focus is by practicing with feedback. Instead of just saying random phrases in front of the mirror by yourself, you could also consider having real-life conversations with native speaker tutors or language exchange partners. They can help you improve in real time. Now, all of those examples of other focus show you how connecting with others can boost your language learning. You can get much more meaning out of the experiences, and it will help to motivate you and keep you going. Out of focus, grasping the bigger picture. Now let's talk about out of focus, which is all about seeing the bigger picture. This includes understanding the cultural context of the language that you're learning and noticing the patterns within the language itself. One way that you could include out of focus in your language learning is through cultural immersion. Now, language isn't just about words and grammar. Language is actually tied to a culture. So, watching films, reading books, and listening to the news in your target language can all contribute to helping you understand the language in different contexts. Another thing that you could focus on during your language learning that uses this outer focus concept is pattern recognition. Now, in all languages, there are actually different patterns that you could notice as you're being exposed to that language. There are certain sentence structures or common phrases that you could use and understand. Now, when you recognize these patterns and then use them yourself, then this can actually help you to anticipate what comes next in conversations, and they can help you speak more naturally. Out of focus also means being flexible when you're learning. You need to adapt to new situations because you can't always control the environment around you. And that really applies to language learning. Just think of the time when you travel to another country and you're faced with the population of native speakers of your target language. You'll feel confused and you'll feel stressed at times, but you need to adapt, and it is key. In those situations, you can focus on what you do know and how you can change your approach or learn new phrases and grammar and vocab so that you can adapt. Now, I actually used these tips myself when I read the focus book. I did this by actually getting a hold of the focus book in Mandarin Chinese because I wanted to immerse myself in the Mandarin Chinese speaking culture, and what a great way to do that by reading this book. Now, in this version, I had to adapt to this new situation because, as you can see, the book is read in the opposite direction, not the usual way like in English. In addition to this, you read words in Mandarin Chinese here from top to bottom, not left to right, as you usually do in English and other Latin-based languages. Here I had to recognize new patterns, and in all of this, I had to use my outer focus to notice what was different and what new things I could learn. The importance of consistency. How else can you improve your inner? other and out of focus for language learning, here's one more tip. Consistency is key. I strongly believe that focus is just like a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger your focus gets. Keep working on your focus and you'll see improvements not only in language learning, but in other areas of your life too. Now I know it can feel like there are so many things that you need to focus on whenever you learn a new language, but it helps to remember that small, consistent effort can really pay off. So even if you only have 15 to 30 minutes per day to study your language, make sure that this time is distraction-free and focused. Now you're probably wondering, what one action should you focus on next? Well, this video will help you to decide what that one thing should be. So check out that video next to improve your language learning now.